Noelle said that all work and no play makes Tam a really dull person, so I have to rest, but I'm going to share with you some time-saving tips that I found, and maybe you'll get something out of it. So we do have this beautiful crabapple tree. It looks so gorgeous in the spring, and I've kept it watered, and that's simple enough to do. I have rain caught by a can and a bucket. When it fills up, I pour it down at the base of the tree, near the base of the tree, so it's not turning real brown. And what's really, really exciting is the crab apples. Now there's so many crab apples. All I'm doing is each time I come out, if I remember, and I'm not being real particular about it, is I grab some type of container. This is half of a used egg carton. And I just pull a bunch and bring it in and put it in a spot where they're keeping cool and dry. And I just do a little bit at a time, just pecking away at it, a little at a time. And over probably a week, 2 weeks maybe, I should have enough to can and do something with, make some jelly. Not sure yet. Little steps. When my brain thinks about all those crab apples on that tree that could and should be harvested to process, it gets overwhelmed. And that actually happens to me quite a bit. So what I do is I break it down to the very smallest, tiniest thing I could possibly do and go from there. Over the years, we've figured out what to give chickens and what not to give chickens. A lot of times they get like the leftover half of our leftovers from dine-in, but we don't give them any citrus products. So no tomatoes, no oranges, and definitely not these skins. And why? Because the shells of the eggs will get soft and then they will break and we'll have broken eggs in the nest boxes. I was glad I had my 5-gallon bucket around so I could put the corn in. When the corn was all done, when I took it off, I pulled the stalks and put it in with the chickens. It's another way to save time. Put your chicken run near your gardens. My weeds go in there. Any excess fruits and veggies might go in there. Anything that's buggy, leaves and things like that go in there as well. If you come for a visit, you'll almost always see scissors just laying around because they're handy when you need to harvest things like cucumbers. I also like to wear things with pockets. Maybe the pockets are in a hoodie, maybe the pockets are in the pants. And if I don't have pockets, then I'm wrapping cucumbers or veggies or eggs up in my shirt or in my dress to bring into the house as well. That's why having the buckets around is a little bit easier to manage. Plant flowers in with your veggies and fruits. That's going to attract the pollinators, and you can also harvest some of the flowers as you're harvesting your fruit and veggies. Use fencing and a lot of it. I have inner fencing and then I have outer fencing that actually has chicken wire behind the picket fence so that animals can't get in and out quickly. Mulch all your pathways with cardboard and wood chips. Make a habit of carrying your phone with you when you go around your yard so that you can take pictures of things you're not sure of and get help with. You can also spy on your flock when they think you're not looking and see what they're up to. And you can also take pictures of plants that you're unfamiliar with and then get them ID'd later. I use a plant app that I will make a tutorial for and post later this week. Good pathways, raised beds, and trellises means more time harvesting, less time weeding, and more enjoyment for your garden. Oh, and less mosquitoes and bugs. Do screenshots of charts and recipes that you find that you want to try later.
If you grow vertically on trellises, the squashes and pumpkins and things will come down through the holes and you can see that they're ready. When you're dehydrating, make sure you pay attention to the temperature that you're dehydrating so you don't waste the time making the batches and then burning them. Make good pathways in your gardens and plant for wildlife. Use your tools like wagons to make the heavy lifting easier. Cover your berries to protect from the birds. Use a pressure cooker. Find and eliminate hornworms before they eliminate your tomatoes. Keep your seed packs handy to compare what produce you actually are getting from the garden. Ask for and receive help. And spread wood chips. Use tools like your wagon as you're going around the garden. Use tools like a drying rack to help you and save counter space. Know which bugs are good and bad. Document the progress of your produce. And ask for help.